OSHA stresses the importance of reporting and investigating incidents that cause injury or illness on your job sites. An incident is an occurrence during work that resulted in injury, illness, or damage to property. The purpose of an incident investigation is to uncover the root cause of the occurrence and assign corrective actions so that your employees feel safe at work. This is not about assigning blame. The investigation and tracking of incidents allow your company to understand safety risk and proactively use training or interventions to prevent future incidents. We'll dig more into the proactive ways to address incidents, but first, let's break down how to conduct an incident investigation. There are 3 key steps in any incident investigation. Step 1. Record the facts of the incident, which should answer these questions. Who was involved in the incident? What type of incident? This can range from injury to illness to property or equipment damage. When did the incident occur? Where did the incident occur? Be as specific as possible, especially if you have multiple buildings or a large space with multiple stations. Step 2. Conduct a root cause analysis, which should answer these questions. How did the incident occur? Why did the incident occur? 3. Assign an appropriate corrective action. Step 1. Record the facts. We'll dig into each step in more detail, beginning with step 1. When gathering the facts of an incident, it's important to either record the information in an incident management system or have a form for tracking incidents. But where do you start? You'll begin by getting the personal details of the people involved in the incident and any witnesses to the incident. A best practice is to record first name, last name, and employee ID in all those involved. Gathering witness statements is a large part of the investigation, as it provides multiple viewpoints outside of the people directly involved in the incident, which will help as you conduct an unbiased investigation. What other facts should you gather about the incident? Many companies also require specific categories detailing the type of incident. An example would be if someone accidentally punctured their hand with a nail gun. The category of the incident: injury with a tool. Categories help create data patterns that can allow your company to track safety concerns over time. Ensure you take photos of the incident as a part of your investigation to review later during the root cause analysis. During your investigation, you'll also want to get an accurate date and time for the incident. Best practice is recording the incident and beginning investigation immediately. Many incident management systems use this data to not only estimate the time it takes to complete a thorough investigation, but also the response time of your safety team. It's also important to notate the exact location of the incident, especially if you have a compound of buildings or large shop floors with multiple areas of work. Once you have gathered all of your information recorded, it is time to continue to step 2, root cause analysis. A root cause analysis is a process to help investigators to uncover how and why an incident occurred. There can be many reasons besides assuming the person involved in the incident is responsible. The purpose of the analysis is to objectively review the information gathered without any pre-existing biases or assumptions. According to OSHA stats, many incidents are due to underlying system failures, which are correctable. How can we keep an investigation objective? There are many processes that help an investigator conduct the root cause analysis. One of the most common is the 5 whys. This straightforward process requires an investigator to ask why an incident happened at least 5 times to get to the bottom of the incident. What does using the 5 whys look like? Let's look at an example incident to conduct a root cause analysis using the 5 whys. Employee X was struck by a forklift while carrying a box of supplies to a nearby workstation. Employee Y, who was driving the forklift, did not see Employee X in time to avoid hitting him. Employee Z observed Employee X walk into the path of the forklift without looking up to check if the area was clear. Let's start asking why. Why number 1? Why did Employee X walk into the path of the forklift? Why did that happen? Why number 2? Well, that happened because Employee X was carrying a box that hindered his sight. Why is that? Why number 3? Employee X was behind on work and tried to save time by carrying a large box of supplies, which hindered his vision. Why is that? Why number 4? The supply area is across the workspace, which means Employee X spends a lot of time going between the supply area and back to his workstation. The path of the supply cuts through the forklift driving zone. Why is that? Why number 5? The workstation and supply area used to be next to each other. Earlier this year, the workstation moved to a new area of the shop floor, but the supplies remained in its original area. A few weeks later, a new forklift path was created that ran between the workstation and the supply area. Employee X is forced to cross through the forklift zone to retrieve supplies. Do you see how we really drilled down to the root of the issue? The true root cause of the incident wasn't the employee or the forklift driver. It was the fact that the changes to the layout of the floor space did not allow for safe conditions. There are other processes that you can use to conduct a root cause analysis, including the fishbone diagram or a failure mode and effects analysis, FMEA model. You can research these processes to find the best fit for your company. Going on with this incident example, let's look at step 3, assign a corrective action. A corrective action is a measure or process put in place to help prevent future reoccurrence of an incident that could lead to injury, illness, or damage to equipment and property. Some corrective action examples are assigning additional safety training, retraining on equipment, or even taking disciplinary action in extreme cases of safety violations. In our incident example, it's clear the underlying cause of the forklift incident is that the supply area is not the right place. If the supply area was closer to the workstation and did not cross the forklift path, then further incidents would be avoided. A good corrective action for this incident would be to move the supply area and workstation within the same location. Can there be more than one corrective action to address the same incident? Absolutely. Some incidents can require multiple corrective actions. It would also be a good idea to give the people involved in the incident a forklift refresher training. The point of using corrective actions is not to assign blame or punishment. It's to find ways to prevent further incidents. Most incident management systems track both incidents and the corrective actions. This provides good data over time that shows patterns of recurring incidents and the measures taken to prevent further incidents. To summarize, incident investigation is a necessary safety process that can help address a safety issue and prevent future incidents through root cause analysis and corrective actions. However, the best safety measure is a proactive safety measure. It is just as important to investigate near misses or close calls. Near misses are exactly as they sound. It's a safety incident where injury or damage to property could have happened, but didn't. Near misses are leading indicators of the types of incidents your company could be facing and provide you with time to proactively address with training or other changes. These measures will not only ensure you remain OSHA compliant, but also provide your workforce with a safe work environment.